I've always looked at these big guns and said, I need that. Some people look at the guns, this PCP on the screen behind me, they say, I need that because I'm starting out and I need the best experience. Well, no, you don't. So I'm going to go through a list of air guns that can be taken both ways, both a beginner's air gun and on the other side, the best air gun you could probably get without going to PCP levels. This is the Stoeger Model X3. With this gun, we're talking about 400 feet per second. It's got a minimum range of, it's a good 50, not even 50. It's a good gun for 50 yards if you're trying to hit 50 yards. Otherwise, just pointing at 50 yards, it's not going to go 50 yards. Accurately, it's a 15 to 20 yard gun, maybe 30. Trying to get to 50 yards is going to be hard. I have shot this gun at 100 yards before. And it was a human-sized target, so that can help if you're shooting at a human-sized target. But the fact that I was basically pointing straight up in the air to hit at 100 yards is very frightening to have to do with a gun. You know, I can see that with an airsoft gun. An airsoft pistol, you won't have to point in the air at 100 yards. Yeah, you would. I mean, that's an airsoft pistol. Yeah, you're going to have to do that. But I distance checked all my guns, but this is not my gun. So, yeah, this is my brother's gun, and he got it. They're about $35. I mean, that's 100 yards, trying to hit something at 100 yards and actually hitting it for $35. I mean, if you're at least trying to hit something at if you're at least trying to hit a large size target at 100 yards, you can do it with this gun. But for $35, you know, 450, 400 feet per second, it doesn't necessarily throw them out there too well. The 177s to 177 caliber, it doesn't necessarily sling those 177s out there too incredibly fast, too incredibly far. But for $35, you're sure, you know, you're beating a Red Ryder, at least Red Ryders that you can find today. This is the Vigilante 177 caliber, modeled after the 357 model Revolver. You can shoot it double action. You can do single action. You're going to have a lot more luck doing single action though. This is a great way to teach somebody ammo control, quality control. This gun necessarily does not have a high enough velocity to care what you feed through it. You could feed the $2 brand 177s from Walmart through this gun and it just won't care, because it's very consistent. Not really, because it's CO2, and as you know, every shot you take with CO2, you're gradually losing power. But if you know where to adjust for every shot, yeah, you can be pretty consistent with it. With $1 pellets, $2 pellets. Most revolvers in actual gun world do not have a safety. Most CO2 revolvers and the air gun world do. This does. You gotta pull the hammer back, push it forward right there. And then you will be able to cycle everything through, but it's not gonna fire. What I mean by cycle, you're gonna be able to turn the cylinder, you'll be able to pull the hammer back, shoot it, but there's a little block blocking the hammer where the CO2 is triggered. It blocks that, so when you're really shooting it, all you're hitting is this little, you know, plastic case right there, a little plastic block. So it's not hitting the CO2 primers, whatever it's called, the gas port. You're not hitting the primer to release the gas, and so no fire will occur. You just get the clicky noises. Red gun's around $50. That's you can consider that the next step up from a Stoeger, because it's got more power, slightly less velocity, but it's more powerful in the hands of a child. but you can also consider that one of the best CO2 guns you can buy, because it is a revolver, and revolvers are slightly easier to work because it takes pellets. But it does come with an extra cylinder to take BBs, but they're a little bit more difficult to work. So, next gun, the Beeman 177 and or 22. Yes, this is a gun for one of the best air guns. But you can choose from two calibers, 177, 22. How? Well, there's a screw right here. Take an Allen wrench, you unscrew it, take the barrel out, and you just simply put the barrels in that you prefer. Right now I prefer in 177, and that's what barrel's in there, 177. When this gun is loaded, the safety does automatically set itself. So even if it's loaded or unloaded, I will not be able to pull the trigger if the safety's on. When it's loaded, it'll automatically set itself. So when you're ready to shoot, all you gotta do is flip the switch and you're ready to go. That's not loaded, it's safety checked. The Allen wrench that comes with it to change the barrels is the same one to change the scope. This is not the scope that came with the crap. Where'd it go? It broke. Most air guns, the scopes that come with them are not airgun scopes. This is an airgun scope. The scope that came with it was not. Don't know. This is an old friend of mine's scope that he lended me. I traded him some other scope for it. And it's a very terrible scope.